Hey y'all, good morning. Guess what? It is day 15. 15. That means 2 full weeks of vlogging every day in the bag. Thank you for returning. And I want to give a shout out to my 97 subscribers that I had this morning. Thank you so much. I am 3 away from 100 subscribers, and I am indeed going to do a live party once we reach that 100 subscriber threshold. I'm gonna go ahead and get into today. Okay, so this morning when I woke up, I was like, what am I gonna talk about today? I really didn't have anything in mind. And to be honest, I rarely do. I usually just get in front of the camera and say what comes to mind. But this morning was a little bit different because, I'm not really a breakfast person, like in the traditional sense of eating breakfast early in the morning. I love breakfast foods, however. So, for the past 3 days, I've been craving breakfast food. So this morning, I'm like, okay, well, before I go on about my day and, do my normal things, I want some breakfast. So I go downstairs, open the fridge, and I, take an inventory of what I have. And then I realized I didn't have turkey bacon. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to get the turkey bacon. I'm going to come home, make breakfast. Then I'm going to pack up again and go on about my day. Okay. So little did I know, me going to get breakfast this morning led me to my topic of today. This isn't a story time per se, but this just happened. Okay, so I'm in the store, I'm grabbing my little stuff. I'm on the phone like I always do when I'm in the store because I cannot stand grocery shopping. That's a whole nother vlog. So I'm in the store, I'm talking to my bestie on the phone. We just tee-heeing and acting silly like we always do. And I'm walking through several aisles, and I noticed this young lady, and I didn't think anything suspicious. She seemed like she had an attitude, but I mean, people have attitudes, so I didn't figure that to be out of the normal. I saw her looking at some of the same things that I was looking at, she was looking at. So I didn't think anything of it. And she did look at me kind of why you keep coming on the aisle that I'm on. But again, people go through what they go through. I didn't take it personally. I got my little items and I proceeded to go to the front to check out. Well, as I get up towards the self-checkout, I hear commotion. Let me tell y'all one thing about me. I don't do commotion. Whenever there's any kind of drama or it gets loud or it seems like something's about to pop off, I pop out. I leave. So I'm on the phone and I'm like, oh, girl, it's time for me to get out of here. That was my natural reaction because I don't need to witness anything and I don't want to get hit by any strays either. Not saying anyone's going to shoot, but in today's society, you don't know what people are going to do. Okay. So I hear the commotion. I turn behind me and I look. It's that same young lady. So apparently she was caught stealing by the manager of the store. Okay, so all I hear is arguing and he's like, what's in that bag? And she was like, don't disrespect me. Don't be disrespectful. Like that. That was her reaction. And he was like, I'm not being disrespectful. I just need you to let me know what's in the bag. And she said, well, I have stuff in my bag, but I'm not stealing. I'm just using the bag to carry the items out. So she proceeded to take the items out of the bag and place them on the conveyor. And it was just small things small bottles of juice, hot dog buns, some Doritos, just small things. But when I looked at the items, it reminded me of things that you would buy a child or kids rather. And so, of course, her pride was hurt, and I'm sure she didn't want to get arrested. So once she, they had their words back and forth, and then she proceeded to leave the store, jump in her vehicle, and drive off. It all happened very fast, even though I'm telling the story kind of slow because it's early. It happened very fast. But once I realized, once I saw the items, Like, I wanted to pay for those items for her because I'm like, I was talking to my bestie and I was like, oh man, I think she was just trying to feed her kids because she wasn't. Some people go into stores and they steal items that they know they can sell. Like when they're up to no good and they're just stealing to try to make money. No, she was stealing to provide. It was obvious she was trying to feed some kids or a child. And so before she got into her vehicle, and it's like it was all planned out, you know, her escape, because she parked her car right in front of the store. She was talking through her window as she was getting in the vehicle into the back seat, as if she was telling the kid, you know, that I don't know what she was telling the kid, but that's how it looked. I say all of that to say, I really wish that we could like show people grace. Now, don't get me wrong. I completely understand. No, we cannot go into a store and take items that we have not paid for. We can't go and put items in a bag, and we cannot walk out of stores. That is stealing, and I do not condone stealing. What I am implying is that we could be more graceful towards one another. Again, it happened so fast, I didn't have the time to say, I'll buy that for you. They were in like a heated back and forth exchange. And I just told you before I started telling the story that I don't do those type situations. I get out of Dodge. So my natural instinct was to get out of there. It was a few moments later when I saw the items and realized, okay, I think she's trying to feed a child. I wish I could buy that for her. She was gone. So people in the store, including the manager and, you know, just some of the other people, a few of the employees, they, instead of like trying to have some kind of compassion or empathy towards her situation, they automatically just started saying stuff like, how you gonna be in here threatening to fight somebody and you stealing? Or, you know, like just making like condescending remarks towards the young lady. Now, I will say that there was one other customer in there who felt the way I felt. And he simply said, it's hard right now. People are just trying to make it. And it's true. It is very true. Like, you don't have to be homeless to be having a hard time anymore. You don't have to be unemployed. You don't, like, all the stereotypes. They think like if you're stealing, at one point people that stole, the narrative was either, you know, they were homeless, they were jobless, they were on drugs, you know, a bunch of negative things. But I know people with jobs that pay very well who are having an extremely hard time. The world is different. There's inflation. There are all the different things that are going on. And it's just like, I feel as though the situation could have been handled a little differently. I am very glad that she did not get arrested. So that's good. I mean, because they could have gone all the way through with it, because again, it is illegal to put stuff in your bag and walk away. They could have called the cop, but they didn't. So that's good. She received grace in that aspect. But I just think, like, if once you realize that she's just trying to feed a child, like, man, even if we could have like some little, sometimes when I go to stores and I check out, there's a little options. Do you want to help feed a local family in need? Donate $1. Little options like that pop up. And I usually always elect to donate like $1. Okay, so when we're donating those dollars, where is it going? Because why wasn't there like a little fund to help that lady, to help that mother, give those snacks and those basic, it was just like basic little things that you get kids to like hold them over. Maybe the kid had like a field trip or something. So imagine, I don't know, y'all. I just feel bad. Like, my heart goes out to her, really, because just like I could see the embarrassment on her face. Now, hindsight, I understand the expression on her face that initially looked like an attitude, now I know it was indeed not that she had an attitude. She was probably upset about her situation. She was probably concerned about getting caught. She was probably even wondering if I realized what she was doing. I didn't realize what she was doing because the way I mind my business, baby, I saw a young lady shopping. I was just trying to get my little turkey bacon and my little grits and get back to the house. You know, I don't be all up in people's business like that. So I'm just saying, y'all, just, you know, this, I always in my vlogs and I always be like, be blessed and be a blessing. And it's like, I missed an opportunity to be a blessing because I legit wanted to buy all of that stuff for her. When I tell you, she got in that car and she was gone. So I pray that the kids get the things that they need. I also pray that if she drove off and tried it again in another store, that it doesn't end up with her going to jail for shoplifting. I also pray that someone, a family, a friend, or someone could possibly like just help her out. Like, even if I know people don't feel comfortable giving other people money anymore because you I don't know, people just try to control everything. They automatically assume if somebody say that they need $20 that they're going to go get high, like, or drunk. And yes, I am not dumb, y'all. I am not naive. I am not gullible. I do know that those people exist. I do know there are con artists. I do know there are alcoholics. I do know there are drug addicts. I do know there are those with gambling addictions. And I do know that some people, like panhandlers, some of those people, they do take that money and they go do ungodly things with them. But at the same time, there are regular people like you and like me who just need a little extra help every now and then. And I just think we need to make it easier, one, to receive that help, and two, to provide that help. I've been helped before, so it's just like, it's not a good feeling to even need the help, and it's an even worse feeling to have to ask for it. But then those two feelings are bad, but it's going to be even worse if you need the help. You humbled yourself and asked for the help, and then you get turned down and embarrassed instead of receiving the help. So as y'all can see, that got me like fired up this morning because it's just, I just really wish I could have bought those items for her. And like, I would have just low-key just paid for them and just, I mean, you don't have to say nothing. Like, we only got to make eye contact. I just wish, like, I could have just paid and then she could have just took her stuff and gave it to her kids. And, y'all. Okay, so that was the story. I really don't even know how it's going to sound, but I'm not recording it over because, I mean, that's the way it came out. I'm hungry, too. So I'm getting ready to go and make my little breakfast so that I can start my day. I need to fuel my body this morning so that I can function on a higher level because I am hungry. And these hunger pains are not letting up. But just the fact that I was able to go to the store and grab a few items to relieve these hunger pains, it's a blessing. And that's why I always say, don't take stuff for granted. Even your situation, yeah, you're doing well, and that's awesome. That's God. You're blessed. But you're blessed in this season. You don't know your next season. You don't know what your next season is going to bring. So always just try to humble yourselves. Don't be so quick to judge, y'all. Have some compassion. Have compassion towards, your fellow man. And if you can help someone, like really, if you can help and it's safe to do so, because it was a little hostile. I'm not going to lie. It was the hostility of the situation is what put my guards up. And at that time, I'm on a fight flight. My fight flight is flight. I was about to be out of there. So I wasn't even thinking, like to just pay. And plus, even if I would have offered, they wouldn't have heard me because it was like a heavy exchange, back and forth, back and forth. She just throwing the stuff on the belt. So, yeah, if you can be a blessing, if you could pay it forward and do something nice. And that's what I'm thinking now. I'm like, okay, I couldn't do that for her, but maybe I can do something small for someone else. Maybe that'll make me feel better because I feel bad about it. And I had nothing to do with it. It's just the fact that it's just like, I don't know, it's hard. And I understand. And I can see, like I said, it's the items she was stealing. They were just basic little items, y'all. She was not trying to steal sirloin steaks to go sell, or what's that stuff they be selling? The stuff that the body wash and all that stuff that people steal and then they sell. Man, she had juice, y'all. She had juice, Doritos, and hot dog buns. Man, y'all think about that for real today. Like, let's pray for her. Let's pray for her. Let's pray that she receives the things that she needs, and let's pray for each other. We have to remain prayerful because it's hard out here. And pray that when and if life comes at you, you're able to sustain and someone will show you grace and mercy. All right, y'all, that's my time. I hope everyone has a great day. And seriously, if you can be a blessing, please do so. Thank you all again for coming back for my day 15. Thank you so much to my 95. And we are almost at 100, y'all. So have a great day. Respectfully, Tash.